Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation wear test. I'm going to be comparing two different stick foundations specifically, and this is something kind of fairly new to me. I'm going to be using the Sephora Stick, which I've talked about and have an entire video talking about this specific foundation. I'm using Sephora brand versus the Hourglass brand. Both you can find at Sephora. But there's definitely a price difference. I'll put the prices up here so you guys can see. And it's drastic, I think. So I want to put these to the test, see how they wear on my skin. My skin is fairly combination at this point now. I have a very oily like nose area, not necessarily T-zone, but just mostly here and then in my center of my forehead. And everywhere else is pretty normal. I've been having some dry patches, random spots on my face, but I think it's temporary. So, and the other thing too is that it's winter time, so I don't know necessarily this is going to be the ideal foundation for me in terms of the summer because I get oily. But for now, we're going to test this out with the cooler weather, and I'm wearing both right now. So if you guys want to see how everything wears, my final verdict, how these apply, which one I like better, keep watching. Alright, I already done my eye makeup and I moisturized earlier. I'm going to use my regular old primers. This is the One Heck of a Blot by Soap & Glory. I really love this primer. It's starting to kind of get a little skimpy in here and I'm needing more soon, but I just love it. I really want to try the Loreal one. There's a Loreal one, like Pro Matte, I think, primer. I really want to try it. I'm also going to use my Touch Up Anti-Shine from Mehron. This is in the color medium. The colors are almost indistinguishable, to be honest, but just in case you're wondering. And I have a huge, I have a fresh blemish on my nose. So we'll see how that gets covered. Alright, on the right side of my face, I'm using the Sephora Stick. This is the Make No Mistake Sephora Foundation Stick in the color Bamboo. It's the number 08. This one's the lighter one of the two, so it does fit most of my face. Every once in a while I'll do the darker one, but I'm going to see how to just see if I can get away with the whole thing. There are times where I've used this foundation with a with like a stippling brush, but today I'm going to use them both with a sponge. So I'm pretty used to this foundation. Every time I wear it, my sister always asks me what I'm wearing, and I don't know what it is that she's like noticing. I think it's just like a very flawless finish. Certain lighting, I think, also makes this foundation look much prettier than others. I think natural lighting is not the most flattering with this foundation. I like this foundation when you are like under like restaurant lighting. I don't know exactly how to frame it, like warmer lighting. But what I like most about it is that it's very quick, very easy to throw on. Alright, on the left side of my face, I'm going to leave the perimeters for now. On the left side of my face, I'm using the Hourglass foundation stick. This is in the color Golden Tan. And it's very similar, it's just a little bit skinnier in terms of like the distribution. Ooh, I think this might be a little bit darker, but this is a lot smoother as well. I'm hoping I didn't use too much. I haven't played with this enough, but this is, yeah, this is definitely smoother. It kind of blends a little bit more seamlessly than the other one. It's not as stiff. And I remember when I was getting the Sephora sticks, like there was just a few colors available, but the Hourglass ones, I like their color selection. The thing about the Sephora is like the darker colors were maybe more neutral, and like these have like a more warm tone to them, so I really like that. Alright, that's the foundation on both sides. I don't really see a huge difference. Both sides kind of pick up on small drier areas the same. Both feel very dry. Not oily is what I'm trying to say. So I like that because I really just have a hard time with those foundations that like are dewy immediately. And they both like blend really nicely onto my skin. So I really like the way that looks. I'm going to put a little bit more of the Sephora one on this side. Just because I think I need it more on this side anyways. Alright, I'm going to finish out my face. I'm going to list everything that I use in the bottom bar and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm finished up with my makeup, and again, I'm going to put everything that I like wore and threw on the bottom bar, but I just wanted to also finally make a little seal and set this with my Make It Last Milani spray. I just want to see how everything melts together, especially because I used a lot of powders to set, and I just don't want to feel dry, but right now I don't feel that dry. Alright, everything has set and settled into the skin, so I just kind of want to peek and see. Like, honestly, the color from afar looks exactly the same, so I love that. But the texture is also the same. I think the only difference that I noticed immediately was the texture of the Hourglass. It's a little bit creamier than the Sephora one, but so it was easier to blend, and I think it would be easier to work with if you're like newer to stick foundations. But the Sephora one is definitely stiffer, not as easy to blend out, and I think it blends better with a brush, but they both were blendable. Everything, like in terms of like blush, or bronzer, I put bronzer on my cheeks, I didn't really put blush, but everything like with bronzer and highlighter, everything kind of sat really well, and I don't really see a difference right now, so that's cool. There's definitely a big price difference between both of those foundations, so I really want to know if there is a reason behind that. So I'm gonna wear this for a few hours, and I'll let you guys know what the verdict is.